The interviewer from Politico, Mike Allen, asked a kind of pointed question about the erasure of the evidence at the Burger King. And he said a certain Chicagoan had called for blah, 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 blah. And Rahm's response to that question was, well, this certain Chicagoan would appreciate it if you would pronounce his name correctly. And then he got a great laugh from kind of the elites who were in the room at this, it's Tony Social Club in the John Hancock Center. I mean, in the Sears Tower. And then that was it. He didn't even answer the question. Instead, he made a joke. He got away with it. And I was left with my skin crawling.
Yeah, it sounds absolutely odious, and I don't know which is more horrifying about this story. Rick Perlstein, the kind of person who would make a joke about the cold-blooded murder of a teen, or the kind of group psychology that would get a mordant chuckle out of
Right.
the joke and then drop
Now,
the
to be
subject.
fair, this group, was, the people who get invited to Politico breakfast, co-sponsored by Bank of America. He's losing them. This is his constituency. The other day, one of the local sites reported that at a ceremony for the retiring president of the Shedd Aquarium, which is one of our, big cultural institutions here, one of the board members, who was a bank executive, said that the mayor was going to make a proclamation or present this guy a plaque, in a couple months or something like that. If he was still mayor, if not, the governor would do it. And apparently, like there was kind of a visible kind of murmur in the room, a shudder. The forbidden had been spoken. The people who Rahm Emanuel rubbed shoulders with, who he gets his money from, are on the verge of casting this guy adrift. And the reason is plain. 51% of Chicagoans in a new poll think that he should resign his office. A massive rally yesterday at noon, which basically happened while he was giving a speech to the city council apologizing, is calling for his ouster. Civil disobedience in the streets day after day after day. And by the way, the folks who are doing these protests are mostly young, and they're very disciplined, and they're very smart, and they're really putting the pressure on. Something is happening in Chicago.